What's good, everyone? It's your boy Tion Cody, and today we back with another special Diamond KUT Media interview. We got Harlem artist Vino World. I had to throw on the K side hoodie,
Yes,
man.
yes, yes. All the news to the bros. Yo to
You
the bros.
already know. You already know. So what's good, Vino?
What's going on, bro? How's everything?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you on here today. Harlem. I'm from Harlem. You from Harlem, so it should be a lit interview.
Cool.
I bet. So we talked about it in the intro, Harlem. Tell the people that's going to tune in who's not from Harlem what it's like, coming up at Harlem, especially for you, Vino World.
So the people that's tuning in, Harlem World is just, it's like any other, I wouldn't say any other ghetto. But definitely had an upbringing where, everything wasn't peaches and cream, you know what I'm saying? But we make do with what we have. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we put that fly shit on. You know what I'm saying? Just wanting more for yourself. I feel like out of Harlem, that's what we do. We kind of want the best for ourselves, forever. I mean, no matter what it is. So I feel like, that's what it is. I can't hear you.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, fact, it's a fact. And it's always a lot of eyes on Harlem, musically, culturally. Like right now we got Fergie Baby, Good Day to Be in Harlem. That's going crazy.
Mm.
That's right,
Shout
going
out,
crazy.
yeah, shout out my son Fergie. That song is wavy. Shout out Ferg too. That shit is wavy. That's one of them records that's restoring. I feel like the feel, um, just to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like for a while now the light hasn't been on Harlem. It's kind of been on like Brooklyn and Bronx and stuff like that. So I feel like Fergie Baby is definitely putting that light on Harlem, especially with that record.
Fact, shout out to Fergie Baby, shout out to Ferg. We have Fergie Baby in the last magazine. How you feel about the Harlem music scene right now?
I feel like it's definitely on the rise. I feel like we're getting a lot of more attention. Is And it's also diverse. I feel like a lot of Harlem artists are doing different things. For example, like Fergie Baby. You know what I'm saying? He has his own energetic, hyper lyrical lane. Then you got the Neek Bucks that's doing his, street trenches, relatable from the bottom lane. Nino doing his, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's doing their thing. So it's a lot of different um genres I feel like coming out of Harlem, but everybody I feel like is, say progressing and we shining that light on it. So I think it's definitely on a come up.
Word, that's what's up. You got mentioned at the end of that video, right?
Yeah. I seen it. That's what I say. Yeah, I seen it.
Word, how did that feel, to get mentioned in that video and like, how that felt?
It felt good. I just feel like, it shows that you're on the right path, you're doing something right, you're able to, what I'm saying, you're able to inspire in some type of way. I feel like artists inspire other artists. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, being named was one of those that, I've been putting on and doing my thing for a while. So it felt good.
Facts, that's what's up. That's what's up. So it's always a stigma that New York City artists can't work together or they don't like to coexist. But right now I feel like there's a lot of community in Harlem, a lot of Harlem artists working together, being in each other's videos. Like how you feel about that being a Harlem artist?
Oh yeah, I feel like we haven't seen that in a while, and now I feel like it's a lot more collaborations, a lot more unity. So I'm proud of Harlem, man. Let's keep it going. I feel like I said, the light hasn't been on Harlem for a while, and this is better. There's no better time than now. So everybody might as well get in the lab, put the pride to the side, which I think everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying, and work together. Because I feel like that's a Harlem thing too, though. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, when you're from Harlem, you kind of be like, I could do my own shit, but in any business, you need to, kind of collab with people to get to the next level. So I'm glad that everybody's noticing that.
Fire, fire. So let's talk about your name, Vino World. How you get your name?
Vino World. So Vino, it means wine, and wine gets better with time. So I feel like when I switched my music name from my prior music name, it was like one of those, names I feel like could last forever. It was air catchy. And I also feel like it describes me. Like, you feel me? Like I get better with time no matter what I do. Um, and the world is the people that I want to captivate. So I just added the world to it. So Vino World. And that's how I came up with the name.
Were you a wine connoisseur, bro?
Nah. I'm actually a Trona. I drink Patron. I'm actually drinking right now. Patron Sense. That's my vibe. But yeah, now I drink wine also. It depends on the occasion, the type of vibe it is. But it was more so after the wine gets better with time because that's what it is.
Okay, word. That's what's up. That's what's up. How long you been making music?
since I was in high school. Ever since I was young, I always did music. Even though I played basketball and did other things, that was something I always did as a hobby, regardless. Me and my brother, we was in music groups together, and then other people in school, we joined the music groups together. So that was something that I did for basically my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I don't even look at it as I'm doing music. It look like I'm just doing something that I just do. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been doing that for a while.
Okay, that's what's up. You've been making music for a minute. So you collaborated with a lot of artists. Who would you say has been some of your favorite artists you worked with so far?
Um, I feel like every artist that I work with was dope. I feel like every artist that I work with is dope, from the Neek Bucks to the Jada Kiss to the Fergie Babies, to the Ray Mulas to the Dub Orders. I feel like, for the Maya Capella, we got a song or two. We on the same record together. So I feel like every artist that I collab with in Space Saratoga, he's a great artist also from the Bronx. So every artist that I work with, I feel like I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? The process. Every song was different. And it's fire. So, that's what I would say.
Okay, that's word. That's what's up. And those are all New York artists, correct?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's a fact. So, people saying there's not a variety of artists in New York City, you got to tap in.
Yeah, no, you have to. It's a lot of talent out of New York. You just gotta tap in. I know it's probably oversaturated with just music. So a lot of times artists don't get seen. But it's definitely some talent and a lot of diamond in the dirts in Harlem and New York City, period.
Word, that's what's up. You got any dream collabs, like people you looking forward to working with? Not even dream collabs, just some people you may be looking forward to working with this year, upcoming years.
Um, I just want to do like a big like R&B collab with a female R&B artist, like a big one of those. Like, you know how Jacquees did the Dej Loaf at the club, but I do, you know what I'm saying, Matter in the club, like some real vibey with a female record, like Kalani's or the LMA's or stuff like that. I kind of want to tap into that. I really want to do a big record with that. I think that'd be dope.
Okay, word. I'm seeing that trend in your music too, like you and your R&B, more melodic vibe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So I just dropped a project 214, so definitely melodic in there. That was something for the ladies. I do that every Valentine's Day. I drop a project or I drop a single, something that I've been doing for quite some time now. Still getting great responses off it. So that's the reason why I still, do it. So shout out to the fans for, keeping me going with that. But yeah, definitely melodic. But I still could rap too, but I really don't really just do that kind of like use melodic rap. That's what I call my music, like melodic rap. I don't just use harmonies and not really say that I kind of like flow with the beat, but I'm rapping, but it's melodic. So that's the vibe, yeah.
Word, I was gonna ask you that 214, was that made exclusively for the ladies, but you answered it.
Yeah, facts. 214, so that's the day of Valentine's Day. That was a title that I kind of wanted to just go with. It was something simple. It was the day that it was dropping. So I'm like 214, Valentine's Day. Here y'all go. A project for that. So I did like some content for 5 out of the 6 of the songs on the tape. So give them that. But now we gearing up for the spring and the summertime.
Right, I was gonna say you got a few visuals off of there. What inspires your visuals?
Um, Honestly, I listen to the record and I try to figure out a way to bring the audience into the song, and kind of like, get a visual of what I'm talking about. I feel like, sometimes when you can hear a record, it's different from seeing it. So inspiring, the songs is just more so like making sure I'm getting my point across, but also something that's eye candy for the viewer to watch.
Right, and is making music for the ladies, is that strategic or is that just your approach at making music?
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't say strategic. That's just my approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear music and I feel like they relate. They need music to be made for them also. Something that they could bump to, something that the fellas want to play for them. Um, yeah, so it's not really a strategic thing. That's something I just get into.
Okay, word. In 2026, you've been locked in, bro. You just dropped a new vid for Call Away. What was that on Friday? You just dropped that?
Yeah, one call away. Yep.
Okay, one call away. Sorry about that. You got Sweet Lady. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, facts.
And then we just talked about 214 that just dropped. And then you also got Do You Love Me? That's already at 29K in 2 months. So, why you dropping so much this year?
Um, just to get back active. You feel me? I want to have a great spring, great summer. So I want to get people acclimated about just me dropping music. You know what I'm saying? So just me, consistency is key. Especially with everything going on, you have to kind of be in people's faces and drop. You can't kind of like spread it out too much. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to just gear people up for the spring and the summer. I got some big plans for that.
Okay, word. That's what's up. How do you when you making your projects like 214, you say you got something big planned for the summer. Do you approach each project differently, or is it like everything is like planned out? Like I'm gonna do this for this reason, then this project is gonna follow it.
I feel like creating music is it's on moods, it's on how you feel. So I feel like, especially the type of music that I make, it's a feeling thing. So the music, you gotta feel it. I gotta feel it to do it. I can't just do it like, oh, it's summertime, I have to do this. It's more so like, all right, let me feel what I want to do and where I'm at in life and what I feel like my fans need to hear or what I want to give my fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of a feeling thing. So you kind of attack every project, every single differently. You don't kind of do it the same way. Well, not me.
Okay, word. And you're an indie artist, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, word.
And
That's what's up.
yeah.
What do you think the biggest challenges are, being an indie artist, and what you feel like the biggest benefits are?
Um, the challenges are that you don't have like a machine behind you. Everything is from the ground up. You're doing everything on your own. You're investing in everything on your own. Um, and basically that's what it is. You have total control. It's not a label or somebody that's telling you what to do or pushing buttons for you. You kind of got to push your own buttons and show up how you got to show up for everything. That's the I feel like the importance of being an indie artist.
Okay, word. That's what's up. And one thing I noticed, and we kind of spoke about this before the interview, a lot of creatives, musicians, or even artists work in NYC, work, either in schools as like teachers or different roles and stuff. Me and you spoke about that earlier, both working in schools. So I want to ask how you balance your rapper life or your artist life and then transition to the school. Because I know like when I'm interviewing, I gotta watch what I say, I gotta watch my image and all that.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that?
Um, I just feel like I had to grow. I had to grow into balancing that. Just more so being that role model. Just knowing that somebody's watching. Especially working with young men. I work with all boys school, so I know the young men. They watch, they tune in. I don't come to work on some Vino World shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what I do. The parents know what I do. A lot of people know what I do, but I don't come into that building like that. But when they do watch it, I want them to know that you're able to code switch. You're able to still pursue a dream just get after it. You know what I'm saying? It's motivation. I use it as motivation. I'm motivating somebody to be like, yo, I could still do this and do that. That's how I look at it.
Facts, word. That's what's up. That's what's up. So is expected to be a lit summer at NYC. You already said you got some big things planned. Like, what can we look forward to for Vino World going into summer 2026?
More anthems, more music, definitely more anthems. We're gonna do some summer anthems this year. I'm looking to collaborate a little bit more this summer. But definitely more anthems, more vibes, big summer vibes. That's what I'm very excited about. So I've been dropping lately just to kind of get acclimated of people just always dropping more, you know what I'm saying? So when those anthems start dropping and rolling in, yeah, I understand why.
Okay, word. That's what's up. That's what's up. And last question, really, before we get out of here, what do you want people to take away from your music when they hear Vino World?
Just to feel good, just the vibe. Definitely relatable. Definitely real. It's just more so like I feel like I speak for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Every song is for somebody. So when you're taking it, when you're listening to it, like, oh, I relate to that. No, I felt what he was saying. Like, oh, that was wavy. I'm vibing. I could drink. I could pour some Tron to it. I could play this for my lady. I could get some ambition to go do something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's different takeaways from my music. I feel like no song is the same. But I definitely feel like you're gonna find a Vino World song that you fuck with and want to vibe to. So that's what you can take away from.
Word. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, you got new visuals out right now, new project
Tap
214
in,
out.
tap in, tap in. Yeah.
Yep. So let the people know where they can find your music, follow you on social media, everything.
Music is everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever streaming service that you use. Just type in Vino World. The music is going to pop up. You can find me on Instagram, Vino.world. You can find me on Twitter, Vino World. I'll be talking on there. TikTok, Vino World. So, you know what I'm saying? Every social media, I just be vibing. You know what I'm saying? Just remember to stay true to who you are. That's a message I kind of want to give to the people in my fans. Just stay true to who you are. Make sure you're doing what's best for you. Everybody's definition of success is different. Make sure you're just happy within, you know what I'm saying? And everything else is going to come through for sure.
Right. And you say you be on Twitter, so I gotta ask you this. Because I asked this to someone I just interviewed like the other day. So 50 and T.I., Like all the nonsense aside, just musically, who you taking in the verses?
50.
50? Wow.
What you mean? I'm like, what you mean? Like, why? Because the music is crazy. Ti, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to shit on Ti. Ti got bangers. Like, I even did a verses with myself. I feel like, and I played both just to see if I was bugging. But I grew up on 52. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on 50, Dipset, the lot. So I know the songs that's more like he played these. It's crazy. You get what I'm saying? So I gotta see it, but in my eyes, I'm taking 50. Um, that's what I believe. He got shit, and the people I feel like a lot of people are going just for the radio songs. But when you do verses, you could kind of do some B-list song that could be the A-list song, depending on how you play it. So that's how I feel like 50. So it's just my outlook on it is different. That's why I'm picking 50.
I feel like where they have it at matters.
That's a that's a big fact because some people won't be as receptive to the song certain places. You are correct. So that's probably why I'm picking 50 because I know they play it here. It's lit. Like, you feel me? So you're right.
They gonna say you got New York bias.
So what about you? So you think if it took place, so what's a middle ground you think it could take place at and people won't feel like it's a bias thing?
Probably gonna have to do it like on the West Coast or something. Because I feel like if you go like northeast, it's just gonna be 50, and then anywhere in the south, it's just gonna be Ti.
That's a fact. That's a
But
fact.
when the person asked me, I said Ti, and I was like, they gonna fry me because I'm from New York, but I just think Ti just got a little bit more bangers overall than 50.
Overall 20. So they going. Does it depend on how many songs they playing, or you just feel like just playing shit?
I don't know, whatever format they got. How many songs they doing versus 20?
I think 20. So he got bangers though. Don't get me wrong. Ti got bangers. He got bangers.
Right,
I'm
right.
not going. I just feel like I don't know. It's just that that gonna come out when you hear and you see. Go like, oh, now this shit is OD. But I wish they could make it happen. I hope they can make it happen. I feel like that's great for the culture. I just feel like everybody wants to see that's fans of both of them that just want to see that go down. Like, nah, damn, because it's really showing how powerful music is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing fire music that done win gold, platinum, super platinum. You know what I'm saying? So y'all playing fire. Nobody loses. You don't really lose because they got platinum records. It's just that I feel like that's the inspiration of people to even get back into making records like that or bangers like that. I feel like a lot of people stray away from making bangers these days. Um, or making that type of music, they just kind of get in the studio and just do whatever. But them longevity songs mean something. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish they could do it for the culture.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a great point, man. Longevity songs. We got to get back to making longevity songs. But Vino, man, great conversation. Make sure y'all tap into bros music. New
Sir,
visuals out now. New tape out now. Vino World
mm-hmm.
signing out.
I'm out of here. See y'all later.
Don't get off yet, bro. Don't get off yet, though. I'm gonna
All
start the
right.
recording though.